Happy New Year! 2020 is on its way. But before we go any further with that, with bringing in 2020, I like to do a reflection on 2019 to help us make a better 2020. Okay? And some of you guys are new at my channel. Welcome. Thank you for subscribing. And for all my returning subscribers, thank you for continuing to watch me. And I hope you're continuing to learn, whether it's news or x-rays, anything like that. So let me get there. I wanted to go over some of the people that I share under my featured channels. I think we need to give credit where credit is due. And I want to lead by example for all those newbies out there. Welcome. The featured channels underneath my channel are, my newest one is Those Dental Girls. I would like to give them a shout out. Those Dental Girls are doing a great job. Perio and Restorative, and then Dental Assisting LC. That's a great channel. And then one of my favorites is Smarter DA. I follow her on Instagram, and we actually are both dental instructors, so I would suggest following her channel. Dental Success Institute is mainly, I would say, more for dentists. And then I added my cooking channel because I realize as a dental instructor, a lot of young ladies don't cook, or they're in a hurry and they're trying to figure out this whole job and working. So I have really simple recipes. It's kind of funny. It's kind of a fun show that I do. So if you need to learn how to cook, I would check it out. It's all up underneath my featured channels. And if you have a channel, I've tried to encourage other dental professionals, and just for fun or a hobby. It doesn't have to be about dental, but whatever the case, if you have a channel you would like to share with me, under my video, I have a link to my dental index site, and that's where you can contact me, my Facebook, my Instagram. Feel free to reach out to me, as some of you have, as I try to help you along in your career some. I don't mind mentoring people at all, and I think we should be more giving in that area. All right, so um, I would like to discuss the videos that I have made over the past 2019 before I get into some of the news, because some of it's kind of depressing, but I need to talk about it. It needs to be talked about. So, some of you guys in every state it's different, but they're coming out with the jurisprudence exam. Some of you guys have watched that video. I actually took mine while filming so people can see what it's all about, because it's not all about teeth and MODs and DOs. It's about the law, okay? And we need to do this, and I feel that eventually, after I did some more research today, that most states are going to be doing this, okay? If your state does do this, let me know, or if it doesn't, let me know. I need feedback from my subscribers. The dental office Christmas story. I hope everybody liked that. Kind of cheesy, but we got to be cheesy sometimes. And the dental memes and jokes. That was fun to do. And I actually made a calendar. I thought, how can I sponsor this channel? And a lot of people want something tangible. So I went ahead and I spent like 2 days on it, making a planner and matching it up with dental memes so you can have time to enjoy yourself and write down your notes and stuff. I even left some pages in there for dental notes, if you want, and some resources or phone numbers in the back to help you. I wrote in a few books this year. My favorite, I think, so far is the clinical notes. If you're starting out, and this is going to come into par with what I'm about to go over when it comes to what's going on in dental news. So stick with me. But it was the clinical notes one, and then the dental assistant students externship. What to expect when you go on an externship? What's going to happen? And it's not a typical textbook. Just like my channel, it's just a pretty much tell you like it is, textbook and the real world life. And that's how I teach. Um, Lots of dental videos has been fun. and a couple news ones that I've gone through the years. And it's, ooh, we're going to get into that sticky situation here in just a second. I see a lot of people are loving the Matrix band and the rheology. Some of you guys have told me that you've listened to me over and over just to hear it and you've passed your exams. I'm so happy for that. And that's what this channel was meant for in my free Dental Index Junior website for people. Lots of dental jokes out there. Keep them coming. If you want to share any, that's great. Now, let's talk about when I first started this channel. My very first video was about change. We need a change in dentistry. And everybody has a different work environment. I get that. And so do you guys. But it's getting worse in a lot of different places. And I would like to discuss some of the things that I have written about and shared with you guys along the way that has happened in the year of 2019. Let's see here. Dentist and staff fraud. We just got to talk about that. A lot of that's going on. There, if you just research it yourself, but on the Dental Index News, I'll leave a link. It will take you to each storyline that I'm discussing during this video. Um, One is that there was a doctor using a hoverboard. Okay, and that was cute and all because you're trying to break up the day. We all get that. It gets humdrum at a dentist's office. And as much as we liked it and it's cute for some people, in all reality, when it comes to OSHA, we got to remember we got OSHA behind us, okay? Watching what's going on. And especially with social media, people are taking their cell phones and they're recording. So, this cute video of this doctor, hoverboarding through the office and extracting a tooth. Yeah, that's skills. But OSHA, with the balance of the hoverboard, if you ever been on one, I've attempted it with my daughter. But you got to balance yourself and you got to get it out. What if he would have fell? There's just a lot of violation. Plus, going through the hallway with instrument trays, and then here comes a hoverboard speeding around the corner. Wasn't thinking, but see that opened up their eyes, and so they started investigating him and found out that he was doing insurance fraud. And there are a number of dentists doing insurance fraud. Let's see here. There are also, well, I'm trying to bring it up. There's also a number of office managers doing embezzlement. They are actually getting in trouble for everything that they're doing. They're getting busted. It's like, wow, are we really living in that time where you can just Google dental office managers with embezzlement and you'll come up with a number of them just this year? Some were for 100,000, $1 million. And what they would do is they would just go ahead and pay for their family vacations and everything, and they were taking the checks from the dentist or the checkbook and the credit cards. How some doctors trust you to make the payments with the credit cards, and that is a privilege to do that for them. And yes, you're getting paid for it, but people are struggling. If there's any dentists out there watching, and I know I have some subscribed to my channel, it shows you. But when you're giving your credit card, you're entrusting them with that. But you also have to think, are you providing enough as an employer to your staff to not have them do such a thing? Because there's a lot of feedback I've been getting lately about how they feel underpaid, under appreciated. And when I started this out, we said we should mention this more and do good deeds. And I've noticed that a lot of more people are doing little things for people throughout the day. And if you're not in the office yet because you are a dental student, because that's the sole purpose of this channel, but if you are getting out there, go ahead and do little kind deeds for everybody throughout the office. Don't favor one person. everybody might need a pick me up, and sometimes our employers don't give us the pick me up. So we have to do it together as a team. And not less backstabbing. There's so much backstabbing out there. And, you get a bunch of women together, you can't have more than one cook in the kitchen. I get that, but you have to just treat each other as how you want to be treated. That old school rule. Now let me go back to the office managers. Police former Utah dental office manager stole nearly 100K. Um, Police South Elgin dental office manager stole $96,000. Dental office manager stole 420,000 for vehicle trips and kids. I mean, it just goes and they put their faces on there. Oh, you guys work so hard. Some of these people that I'm talking about, they worked. Woman accused of stealing tens of thousands from dental office. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, and the date's 2019. And it's like, are we really getting that bad? Because in back in my day, I remember this girl, she said she was an EFTA, and she had just moved from Florida, and she had to get her license. Well, the doctor gave her a month or two to find this license, and back then it wasn't all digital, showing my age there. And she got away with it for 2 months, acting like she was an EFTA and placing fillings and everything in the mouth. Well, nowadays you don't even have to worry about that. I did a news once this year about fake certificates. Some of you guys will remember this, that they can actually get a dental assistant, looks like it's from Danby, saying that they're graduated as a certificate, they're a certified dental assistant. We have to be more careful and do our research when we're hiring people. Check their backgrounds. Unfortunately, we have to do this. It is getting so bad out there. And if you're one of the good ones, stay good. Don't get corrupted. I know that can happen. I've seen it firsthand with people. So please, um, just stay the way you are. I appreciate you the way you are. And if you don't get noticed, I'm sorry. We're working on that for you to get noticed. Um, I would like to talk about some tragic news that we had this year. In 2019, there were 2 dead in a Missouri dental office. When we talk about bringing our problems to work, seriously, we have to be more careful because the spouse came in and shot 2 people at the office. And unfortunately, no one else, good, no one else was hurt, but the fact that it came to the workplace, we have to keep our drama, our personal problems outside that office. We get catty and we talk, and I understand we all need those friends, and where do you make friends as adults, right? At work, I get that, but you have to be cautious for your teammates. Remember, okay, I don't care who you are. I'm talking from, I'll be 46 next week, January 6th. And I'll tell you what, I've seen a lot. And husbands, they get jealous if you talk too much about a dentist that you work for. And it can go either way. So I'm just sharing that when you're new out there, you're all excited about your job. Be cautious of how much you bring up the dentist. You don't want to cause any strife at home. But unfortunately, 2 are dead. And we talked about the embezzlement and stuff like that. Oh, and then there's one that's close to my hometown. It is in my hometown, and they keep bringing it up on the news about a dentist who was not cleaning the instruments properly. Okay. And now the patients are being called to get tested for HIV. And the link is on the website. And you guys might remember this, some of you guys, but I even put the court records. I found the court records. It's under the Tennessee Doctor Neighbors that did this. Okay. And it shows the documents, the public record. And he's suspended for so long and all this good stuff. But do you know the hygienist was the one that brought it to the attention? And that is a great thing that she did this, okay? But she is being beaten down And I understand that feeling too. When you're trying to do right and bringing things to light, you're going to get beat down. And so, in case she's watching this, kudos to you for doing it. And I hope you win your case. Yeah, she is taking him to court. She needs to. It's wrongful. Um, Firing. I mean, it's just not cool. She was protecting the patients and the staff members because we do dental work among each other, and the instruments were rusty and everything else and contaminated. And I've gone on working interviews where I've seen things that were disposable being reused. You have to be careful because I know in the state of Tennessee and other states it's happening. OSHA, or in Tennessee it's called TOSHA, they're going around to each office, checking on things. And so if you don't have your stuff together in 2019, get it ready for 2020. So that way your boss doesn't get fined, all these different fines, and they're hefty fines. They're not light fines. In fact, there is a doggy dentist that was doing work on people, and he is giving patients AIDS. HIV. I'll leave the link below. But, guys, there's just so much going on. You have to be careful. Make sure you wear that PPE. And some of you guys, just a little tidbit for all the newbies out there, when you put your mask on and you loop it around your ears, that's the way it's supposed to go. Don't put a loop on and figure eight it. We actually had somebody from OSHA come in once and tell us by doing the loop eight to keep your glasses from fogging, there's still an opening that the air zone, the pollutes are coming in and the germs, and you have to be careful. Okay. Same with when you're using your ultrasonic unit, make sure you put that lid on it. I know some of us get kind of, you know I'm in a hurry kind of deal. Put the lid on it, because when you're vibrating it, I mean, I've seen it at offices, it's just going up in the air, the aerosol. All right. So we talked about and then um your health. Now, some doctors are not doing the radiation badges, okay? I get that. It adds up. Everything adds up on these doctors, and it's coming to a point where about the raises. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But if your employer won't do it for yourself, I actually came across, and I have it on the Dental Index site and on the students page. It is a radiation monitor badge, and it's all included, and you send it off and you get yourself checked. Remember, if you do order something like that, or your doctor does provide one for you, I know we're gone digital, but we still collect radiation, especially if you're one of those ones that stay in the room, and you shouldn't do that. It's just so important. I know firsthand I am dealing with some health issues, and I do relate it to my job because of my years in dentistry and not being knowledgeable as I am now of the effects, and students just pushing the button, playing around in class, and being exposed to radiation. Um, I get it, okay? So when you wear it, take it off when you go to the microwave. If you're over by outside, take it off. Always keep it in one place and then send it off. That way you know how much you're collecting through your lifetime in case down the road you end up with something, and I pray to God that you don't. But if you do, you have documentation that it's related to your job. Okay? You have to look out for number one, or you will not be able to take care of all these patients through the rest of your career. Just keep that in mind. With the STDs, they are on a rise. I'm glad I'm married, but they are on a rise. So make sure, patients come in, they can have syphilis or something. You make sure you're disinfecting that chair. Okay, so Ebola, it has not come to the States fully. They have talked about one case, but that was taken care of, and I discussed it during the news one time. But do you know what kills it? Household bleach. Just like they say we can clean our suction lines out with it. 50% bleach, 50% water. There's nothing wrong with using bleach. If your doctor's trying to save money, bleach will kill it, okay? Um, Research it for yourself, but Ebola is killed by household bleach. All right, so peace of mind with that. Um, the jurisprudence exam, that is the one about the laws. Um, check it out. It will show you everything that you need to do. We talked about the HIV, we talked about the shootings. Oh, let's talk about racism. There have been some communication with me how, and I have not forgotten those ladies. Okay, it bothers me still to this day that in 2019, and I don't want to bring it in 2020, any prejudice. Okay, we are living in a time that there should be no prejudice. Okay, um, and I can relate to that. Once I worked for a dentist that I dyed my hair black. Wanted to be more like my mother who's deceased. And hey, I'm part Italian. Should fit, right? But it bothered his spirit, he told me. And we had words and all this other stuff. Come to find out, he was sleeping with the office manager who was the best friend of his wife since elementary school, okay? So I shouldn't have I went to battle over this hair thing, okay? So it may not have been my color of my skin, but it was the color of my hair. I have had students come to me saying, I can't get a job. I don't know why I can't get a job. Where's your tattoo at? Is it showing? Yes. Okay. Well, I said, well, email the doctor just in case it's that, just to find out, what's going on. Why did you not hire me? Just so I can do a better job at the next interview. They were honest. They told them. And if you ever get one of those letters, if you're an office manager watching or a dentist, let them know. Well, the reason why we did not hire you was for this reason. So they can correct it. So what she do? She put her hair down, next interview, long ponytails, braided for the job. Some places don't care, some do. So if you're not getting hired, it could be because of your tattoos. So keep that in mind. Um, and if it's because the color of your skin, one lady told me at the beginning of this year that she had more qualifications for the job. She spoke to the other interviewee, and she had a lot more knowledge. But because she was black, she did not get the job. Okay, I have seen it firsthand working for a pediatric office that I have written about in one of my books, the Dental Affairs ones and the Need to Know book. Best way to heal from situations because you're not alone in this. I thought for years I was alone with my battle with the things that I've seen at places, you know. But when you start talking about it, people start sharing their stories. Some want to be named and some do not want to be named. And I totally respect that. And it's just a shame that it's still out there. So please keep that in mind when someone's new at your office. Give them the benefit of doubt. And sometimes we're replacing people that we love. They can't follow in their shoes, but you can have a new relationship with this new person that's in the office. So don't give them such a hard time. I've seen that over and over again on social media where people are being just rude to each other. And see, you all have good hearts because we're all here for the same purpose. Yes, we need the income. We'll talk about that in a second. And then, yes, we love to take care of people. It's in our blood to do that, to provide for our doctor to an extent, and to, provide for our patients and our fellow teammates. If you've forgotten the dental assistant's creed or pledge, that's on my website, okay? Um, I really hope that we can just bounce back in 2020 and maybe New Year's resolutions will be, not give my coworkers such a hard time. If you're an employer, let me fix my financial situation to be able to afford to give raises because a lot of people are not getting raises. And with the minimum wage coming up to $15 an hour, well, I know some people are not starting out at that. So I always tell my students from here on out, I tell every single student, if you have the RDA at least in the radiology, at least start off with 15, not no 9, not no 12, and they are getting hired. You have to know what you're worth. Okay, start off with 15. If you have the chronopolish and the nitrous, then go a little further and get all that. And I have that one link on my website. A student informed me that there was one cheaper than Danby that you can take right online, Den Ed online. Check it out. You can get these classes under your belt and then ask for a raise. And if they say I cannot give you a raise, say, well, can I come back in 6 months and check again? And if they say they cannot give you a raise, come with solutions. Guys, I have spent so many hours on this channel, on the website, blogging, researching how can we fix this situation. And there's a few things that we can do. You can either sign up for the RX prescription card. I have a few people that have signed up and listened to me over this and start giving out these cards. If you can't afford the $10 box of cards to set at the office to give to your patients, here's something really free. We all know with this technology that we have nowadays that you have the call system, you have the text system that you would confirm all your patients' appointments for the day before. Well, send them a text of your card that you get. That simple, and tell them to save it on their phone. When they go to get their prescriptions filled, they show the card. You make a couple dollars per prescriptions. And let's think about our older patients. How many prescriptions do they come in with a list this mile long that they're taking? And they can probably use the discounted rate. So you're doing them a favor and you're going to be doing yourself a favor. If your boss does not want to get on board with this and they're just taking cards from Joe Smo that comes off the street wanting to give these cards out, there's a reason why they're giving them to you because they're making income off of it. I'm trying to share this with everybody. Oh, and then, these people can share it with other people, give them a few extra cards, and then they'll give it to other people. And you can make money that way. Check it out. Sign up. It doesn't cost a dime. They give you resources to share. So please look underneath my channel, underneath my Dental Index news, on every single one. The Dental Index Junior, I have it. I have employment. I have places that are hiring people, temp to fill, um, just to help you guys out. I found them, I linked them to my site. So, because I didn't know there was so many of them, there's different dental places that are national. So, this is not just for somebody in Tennessee, somebody in Cleveland, Ohio. This is for everybody. So, please check out the employment. If you are hurting for cash and you work Monday through Thursday, I'm sure there's a dentist that works Fridays. Pick up those Fridays. Offer to clean the office, and give them $100 to $300 because that's what they normally pay to get the office clean. Suggest it, that you can come in on the off days and clean. I used to love doing that because then I knew as the lead assistant, the only assistant, that the office was perfect for Monday and we we're ready for the new week, and I was entrusted with that. So with that trust, be said, you know, respect it. Don't abuse it like I've seen in the past. When I worked at one office, a lady had an affair on her husband on a Saturday and left blood on the carpet. Bear bottles, cigarette butts, you name it. I was like radar on the phone. And I was like, I'm about to go to my church and I have to clean this up because I'm the cleaning lady, and I was just like, whoa. So people, I've seen this has always happened. But if we talk about it, bring it to the light and notice things that are suspicious, then we need to just bring it out there, okay? Um, so much fraud. I mean, if you just research fraud, there's a lot of fraud going on, um in today's times because everybody's hurting. It seems like everybody's hurting, and a lot of people have become dental assistants to do a better job. Then they get out there and they get with a cheap doctor who don't want to pay them, then they're struggling, and then you got the devil, and then you got the angel, and they're talking to you. What do you do? Listen to the good one because it always pays off. I've always seen the rotten apple get booted out of an office, and it will happen if it's not the dentist himself. So, um, Let me share something with you. Get back here. 1 second. Okay, another thing I want to talk about is another way you can make extra money is I show you guys step by steps from my screen how to make websites, okay? I have the Weebly one with the link right below that you can offer to do for your office. Google Business. If your dentist does not have a Google Business, you can sign up for that. I show you how to do Amazon links to the website. That way, the office can make money doing that. All right. So, your office, if they're struggling during those slow months, there are ways to make extra income. The prescription cards, number one, easiest thing to do. Don't even have to buy the cards. You can just send them through the texting your card or your employer's card and put that extra money in a little savings if you're a dentist. So you can give your staff bonuses, profit sharing, pay for continued education. I know I'm throwing a lot out there, but we are dental professionals. We should be able to be offer these things. For dentists, research. There are loan forgiveness for your student loans that will help you. There's one in Kentucky if you went to a school in Kentucky. They have a forbearance or forgiveness of the loan. If you are a dental assistant student and say it takes you a little bit, one, don't take no for an answer, okay? I'm jumping around here, but you guys know some of you guys know how I am. I just got to get all this out to you, especially while the family's gone. But there are and did so much talking already. Okay, so there are ways that you can make money, and that is with the prescription, with uh, the Amazon links, you can do that for. You can do that with getting the business out there. You can charge your dentist for doing it. It's not an hourly thing, it's something extra that you're doing, or to get the job if you're having trouble getting the job. I have those free tutorials for Dentrix, EagleSoft, SoftDent, all on the website, guys. So if you're transferring to another office, it has a free tutorial. Plus, I made books up exactly step by steps what to do the basics like scheduling the patient and you're new at the office, or if you're getting constantly a rotating door at your office, get one of these books so they can just go through it. I am trying to help you guys here, students. What I want to tell you, if you're having trouble finding work, and I said don't take no for an answer, keep trying, but say it does take you a little bit and you're getting the school loan to call you, do not avoid the phone calls. Tell them you need a forbiddance. They will help you. In the meantime, some doctors are offering to reimburse for certification. So, ask them about that. If you decide to go further in the schooling, would you help me with that? Because that could be part of your income, not just the hourly wage, but do they provide uniforms? Do they provide continued education? Which I have free CEs on the website too. Look it out for you guys. And my next video is going to be me doing my CEs, and I need to get on that. So just a friendly reminder. And if you ever have been audited or you've never been audited and you're about to be audited because of checking people, I've shared my letters from the state and everything about being audited. I'm just an open book for you guys. So just keep all that in mind. Um, I'm just trying to help you guys figure out ways to earn extra income. If you have a hobby, I know some of my students like to make candles and stuff like that. But if you have a hobby, there's Etsy, there's do your own website for your candles. That will give you some joy to do. So, guys, I hope this all helps you with the latest updates on the news and what we reflected in 2019. And I hope to hear a lot more positive changes within our dental world that we have because dentistry is a small world and you never know who you're going to run into out there. And you want to keep a good reputation and don't get sticky fingers. Don't get too stressed out. If you need a joke, go to my site. I have jokes for you to enjoy. I want to wish everybody the very best, the safest, the most prosperous 2020 that you can possibly have this upcoming year. And if there is any news that is news of positivity, just breeding out there among us co-workers and dental staff people, and that patients are rat and raven. Otherwise, they're going to be joining they have an aspirin dental group that they hate, and it's everybody who wants to talk bad about Aspen Dental. Don't let that become of your office, where there's a hate Facebook page for just that office, and they just complain about it, and they put everybody's views on there, and you do not want that. So if you know that your boss is struggling to give you a raise, then come up with solutions. If you are an employer watching this, you use these solutions and offer your assistant to learn how to make websites and pay her to do it, because you want to know what's going on your website. You need to have control of what's being shared and not shared. And why not make, if with certain people's permission, family member, get permission to make YouTube videos for your dental website to show your work, to show that they can trust you. Let's start thinking outside the bun, because there's going to be people that seen all this on the news with what's going on. They're the patients and they don't understand, and they're going to come to you, and you best be ready with the answers. How do you sterilize at your office? Do you reuse disposable items? Even if it's a burr, a K file, there are things that are disposable, the endophiles, one time use when you order them, even the burrs, but some use them over and over again. You will be researched when OSHA comes in, and you will be fined for that. And then all your patients have to get checked. And do you know they're actually suing the dentist for the stress of having to be tested? You can't blame them. I mean, it's just one simple step that the doctor slacked on that is going to cause all this grief. We cannot cut corners. In 2020, let's see what vision of 2020. Let's do everything clearly. Let's do everything right, according to the way that we are to live by these standards. The Hippocratic Oath to do no harm, the HIPAA Policy Act. Knock, knock, who's there? HIPAA. HIPAA who? I can't tell you. Okay, you cannot share personal things about patients on Facebook pages. I've seen that. We have to clean it up. We can vent, we can share. We need to do that, or you go crazy, but you have to keep it to a professionalism, even up to the highest standards, the DDS. I've seen some doctors do some wacky videos and they're just getting in trouble, like the hoverboard one, for example. Bring limelight, bring light to yourself, and people are going to question you and find more things, okay? Now, I get it. No one's perfect. We all fall short, at times, but we have to have that friendly reminder, and that's going to be me, the dental assistant tutor, letting you know that, because I love this field. I'm no longer in it, I just teach it. I'm not in the day-to-day grind. I've thought about going as an office manager and do it myself again, but I'm touring with that right now. I really would like to keep going with the dental news and everything. Um, and that's where I need people like you who can subscribe to my channel, get the word out, share my videos. That way it would help me. As I mentioned, the other channels that I am sharing about, we need to get our names out there and share so we can bring this community closer again, okay? The way it used to be back in the day. Some things don't need to change, if you ask me, except for all the prejudice stuff's got to go, okay? That's just, let's be real, it is out there, and it could be against your weight. There for a while, I was going to job interviews, and I'm not the way I used to be. And they were wearing high heels at a dentist office, getting tan and all that. I don't need all that extra radiation, okay? I'm already glowing. So, you have to look a certain part. I get that, but let's go for the employers and the employees that are dedicated, that work hard, that care. That's what's going to make you the bread and butter, okay? Not what you look like. We shouldn't have to have people on Facebook. This was when I'm remembering it now. Remember, I'm going to be 46 next week. But people are telling their staff they have to wear more makeup. I'm sorry. That's so unprofessional. Um, and don't get me started. I'm remembering some things now. But, reflect on my website to everything I went over and let's make a change. And if you are one of those ones, a bad apple in the office, you complain, you're one of the ones that sent me hate, I forgive you for that. I just understand it all comes from stress. And what is the main stress? Money, money, money. Okay. Um, it's hard. It's hard to ask for it. It's hard to ask for a raise. It's hard to ask your subscribers to help you out so you can show to your family why you've been spending all your time doing this stuff. You know, even if it's any donation, the link's below, but it's just hard. It's hard. And, but it's so important to do this, for yourself, for your family. You speak up. Don't be scared. The worst they're going to say is no, right? And then you go back. And if they won't say yes, but you want to stay there, because I've seen people switch jobs because it was further away, but it was more money. I never think that's a great idea. I always think it's good to be close to home if possible, wear and tear on the car, driving, and all that stuff. Think, how can I keep what I'm doing, but bring more income in? Hmm. I gave you some solutions. If you have more that you would like me to share with others, I'd be glad to do it. We have to pull this together to help everybody. Don't forget to check out that 2020 meme because that will help sponsor my channel. Guys, I just wish everybody a great, great 2020 year. Let it be prosperous. Go far. Don't settle for being a CDA. Get your EFTA license. If you're already EFTA, try something different. Hygienists, do you know that you can chair side too? Some don't want to. Some just want to clean teeth. I get that. But that is on the jurisprudence exam that they are allowed to do treatment with this. Just want to say Happy New Year's and let's bring in 2020, guys. And I just really, really want to say thank you for subscribing to my channel. Don't forget me a thumbs up for a like. And if you have a channel, let me know. Let's get this together, guys. I'm with you. Teamwork. Bye.